Hi guys, my name is Makwan Kumbish. Welcome to I Wear God. So today we'll be talking about music. What about music? So there's this thing, I'm a Christian, but I can still listen to my worldly music. I can still listen to my secular music. I can just be me. But particularly we are discussing music today. How music has an effect on us, and how music is more of a spiritual thing than just the sounds you hear. In my book I wrote, music is a medium and media of communication. And remember that what you behold, what you listen to, what you hear, that's what you become. Have you ever wondered why, sometimes if I'm feeling depressed, whenever I'm depressed, I just listen to this kind of music and I feel better? Have you ever wondered? I'm not talking about Christian music now. You're depressed and you listen to one random secular worldly song and you're feeling better. It means that there's an exertion on you. Isn't that better that you think you're feeling better? But it's a relief that you just got. But ideally, what is happening by engaging in more secular worldly music, that you're soaking yourself into worldly realities more. And remember, also what you behold, you become. So behold is not just about seeing. So if it's only about seeing, what about those people that are blind, that cannot see? It means that there's a posture, there are things you observe that even with your ears you can see. When we say we are listening to music, let's talk about Saul. Let's talk about David. So Saul, when he did wrong and the Spirit of the Lord left him, and then an evil spirit was upon him, he advised him, guy, get a musician, somebody that will be playing the harp for you, so that whenever this evil thing start pressing you, whenever the evil spirit should come upon him, then the harpist, I don't know if that's what you call them, but the musician will play the harp and the spirits will leave you. And that was how it happened. So it means that when we listen to music, you're not just hearing beautiful melodies. Something is exerting its power on you. You're not getting freedom. You're just getting relief that is making you think all is well. All is not well. Music carry power. Music represents spirits. They are transferring something one to the other. So if you notice, when people want to do, if you now, let's say we're in church, people dance, sing, break down, cry, just praising the Lord. And then in the club, there's this kind of music they play, and then people are dancing, swaying their body. And if you think about it, even the worldly or secular music, it's not all of them that they're playing in the club. They are picking particular ones. So it tells you that music cultivates the environment. It cultivates the environment. So you cannot just be listening to any kind of song. Whatever you're listening to, you're adapting yourself into that reality. So if you listen to, it's like saying you're listening to a preaching, or you're listening to a message, or let's think about it, a car, fastest car in the world. That car is powerful. In fact, think about any car. The car is powerful. It can move, it can travel, it can, do you get? But if there's no fuel in that car will not move. Human beings are like cars. We are vessel. Can you remember, we are vessel? So what is inside you is what will pump you. So if what is inside you is flesh, is worldly things, is lost. And when I mean lost, I don't just mean lost for whether men or for women. I mean lost in the form of desires, evil desires. The Bible also says that we should guard our hearts, for out of his flows the issue of life. We realize that the heart that I was talking about is not this one pumping blood. It's good that we think about this one, because we realize that this one pumps, and because of it, blood circulates, and if this heart you fail, your body too will fail. So think about your spiritual heart as that. It's like, it's very vital for your functioning. And if this heart is defected with any form of ill desire, that's how your body will have defects. So you must guard what you listen to. As you listen to music, is entering those your ears, it's entering every single part of you, working in you, crafting in you, enabling you. So if you notice, if you don't used to, if you know a drunkard, if you know a drug person, if you start listening to drug music, women music, womanizing music, fornication, adultery, whatever kind of music, you start noticing It will not come at once, brethren. It will come stage by stage. Because if you come at once, you might notice that this thing is wrong. But it will start to numb that culture around you. So you start saying, okay, this is not that bad though. This is not that bad though. Before you find out, you realize that it's not that bad. Now you're doing it. So there was this story. Now I don't know if the story is true or it actually happened, but like it gives us a clear picture of what we're saying. So there was this hen, she gave birth to chicks. They were still in the shell, so they were still eggs, right? But they were chicks inside. And then every time she used to sit down on it, brood over the eggs. And then somehow an eagle's egg was in her egg, but she was not the mother of that eaglet. And then she didn't know, and she always used to sit on the eggs. Once in a while, stand up, one take water, one take food, and come back, sit on her eggs. And when it was time for these eggs to give birth, all of them hatched and chicks came out. But there was one that looked strange. But guess what? It's not as if she flipped the bird that looked strange. She still kept the bird. But she started teaching the bird that they should go and be doing quack, 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 as how chickies eat. And then the eaglets too, that was what was doing. But that's not the nature of an eaglet. Do you get? But because that was what the eaglet was around, that was what the eaglet was doing. Until one day, the mother eagle saw her eaglet and beat her eaglet. She took it up to the sky, and he actually started learning his nature. See, obviously, mother eagle, how did the mother eagle know that that's her eaglet? That's not the point of the story. The point of the story is that if you keep yourself in an environment, surround yourself with people, surround yourself with music, surround yourself with things, it's entering into you and forming possibilities. It's forming lifestyle. It's teaching you that okay, this thing is normal, this thing is okay. It's exerting a reality on you. So now in life you cannot be cold or hot. You cannot say this thing doesn't have an effect on you. Everything has an effect on you. You cannot just listen to any music and say no, this music doesn't have an effect on me. I'm just listening to it for relaxation. I'm just listening to it for this. I'm just listening to it for that. It's not possible. Musics are representing spirit beings. That's what I've just been trying to tell you. So music represents a deity, it represents a god. So you can't just hear music and just be like, cool, music is nice, I like it. What that god believes in, what that god stands for, that's the reality that song begins to exert on you. And there's some songs that are not coming out right to say speak sexually, speak about drugs, whatever you want to call it. See, but the devil will use every form of disguise to penetrate to you and bring you down. If he know that you will not listen to a song that they're talking about drugs and all kind of things, he's going to come in another way. They'll just say the plant is green, the flower is. But who is that song dedicated to? There's always a question mark. Don't just sit down and be a victim of what people are bringing to you. It's like if somebody brings to you a strange food, you ask, "Food is this?" If somebody even brings to you rice, and that's not how you eat your rice, or that's not how rice is usually cooked, you ask, "Are you sure this thing is rice?" But the way we are, or the way the world is turning to, people just accept songs, accept anything, everything, no thoughts. That thought that this life is one, you need to enjoy it, you need to do this, you need to do that, that's a wrong thought, because it only makes you conscious of now. Okay, now the whole point of this video is that beyond listening to music and saying this music is nice, that's not what music is about. Music is exerting a reality on you. It's an aid. Music possesses. Music clears, it heals. So you can't just listen to any sound and be like, no, God is cool with it. In fact, I'm still receiving revelation from the God. Just because you're a wayward goat or you're not doing the right thing will not stop God. God is faithful, he's a good God. And his presence around you is to encourage you that so what if I let go of this thing? That means I'll be able to go deeper. He's not taking it away from you. Sometimes your parents are angry with you. Sometimes your parents don't like what you did, but they're still paying your school fees. They're still sending you pocket money. They're still doing this. They're still doing that. But it doesn't mean that they're happy with what you're doing. There's a better way to live. So this whole thing of I can be a Christian and still listening to worldly music and still be good Christian. First of all, good is not what you think is good. Good is the will of God. And I can tell you that the will of God is not for you to be listening to worldly music, because I have understood that music is a means of communication. It's, you know how we always say, and Lord, let your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Even Satan wants his will to be done on earth. Man is just the exercise point. Like, man is the one that will exercise that will. So everybody, you see how are doing revival for God, singing, doing that. Satan is also doing his own, and there's no in between. There's no any song that is in between. See, songs are dedicated to deities, so there must be a being in charge of a song. It's not just any song that you're listening to. You're calling spirits, you're calling things, habits that were not even in you, you're calling them to come and reside in you. Remember, men are vessels. So it means that things, like you're a container, they are pouring things inside of you. And as it is, because God is just to allow you to decide what is being poured inside of you. So by the time you decide to listen to any song, that song that you want to listen to, you're pouring it inside your vessel. Shh, it's shaking. Before you know it, you're not comfortable with some ideas. Before you know, you're now living it out. Those of you that are fornicating, did you just tell me the truth? Did you always think that fornication was good? Not some of you. Some of you, I know that I always thought that fornication was good, but some people you never really always thought. But just because you kept yourself around an environment, they're always talking about it, they're always listening to songs about it. Before you know it, it's not that bad though. The people are still good people now. When you're now giving me an example, I say, Amy, I listen to it now, but it doesn't mean I'm a bad person. It's not about you being a bad person. It's about that what you think you're actually not, you are. So I just hope that we see that music is actually a very serious thing. It's a very spiritual thing. That swaying, that and dancing, you're dancing in the club, dancing in your room, dancing wherever you're worshiping. You're not worshiping God, Jehovah, Yahweh, or you're worshiping Satan. So just make your choice. There's no time you're not worshiping. You're always worshiping. Whatever you do, not only music, you're always worshiping. So just be conscious of that, and I pray that God will help us to make the right choices, even when we have come to know the truth. Bye.